Hi everybody, welcome to the Quick and Carry Kitchen. I am so glad that you've joined us today. My name is Kristen Madrine and I'm here making a Mother's Day brunch in the Quick and Carry Kitchen. Of course, the hungry Quick and Carry workers are going to eat this for our lunch today. So let me show you what we have. I've made two different kinds of strata. One a spinach, bacon, and cheese, and one just a veggie and cheese. And then I have a super special dessert strata or bread pudding, and that is a blueberry mascarpone. If you would like the recipe for the blueberry mascarpone, just say so when you're asked today during the show or even after the show, and we'd be happy to share this recipe with you. The recipe, or basically the steps to make the strata, are available on our blog over at quickandcarry.com. You'll find the instructions with pictures that we're going to go through for today's show. So I have a couple of housekeeping announcements to make. First of all, we have a winner from last week. Remember, we're doing something new. We always have been giving away a live show watcher gets a present each week. We give a prize. And we got to feeling bad for those of you who join us later. And so last week we gave away a prize to one of the live watchers, but we've also got a winner for someone who watched later, and that is from Tennessee, Lois Christian. And Lois, I want to say congratulations. Thank you for watching. I will be in contact with you about how to send you a 6-quart Quick and Carry bag. So today we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to give away one bag to somebody who's watched either live or later. And if you will please just leave a comment of what size Instant Pot you have so that we know on our end what you're going to need. And what are you doing for Mother's Day? Are you eating out? Are you cooking in? Is someone making you a brunch like this? That would be fabulous. So leave a comment and you'll get double entries if you share this show. And I'm hoping who you'll share it with is either a son or a daughter or a husband or somebody who can make these recipes for you, because moms shouldn't have to cook on Mother's Day. Now, the whole point of wait, I have one more thing I want to say for our housekeeping today. I am delighted that this last week we have had watchers from Sydney, Australia, from Nova Scotia, from Montreal, from South Australia. I am loving the international flavor of the Quick and Carry show. So thank you to all of you who are watching and sharing with your friends that might be out of the country. So thanks so much. Now, why is a strata the perfect thing to make for Mother's Day brunch? Because you can make it the night before, and it's so easy and versatile. We have hi, CM Miller. I'm glad to see that you're with us today. Thanks for watching. You can do endless varieties of strata. And strata is just the nice Italian word for breakfast casserole made with bread the night before. And I've always made these in big pans if I'm going to be hosting a brunch or something, and you make it the night before, put it in the refrigerator. It all soaks together. It makes the bread lovely. When it cooks, it just makes a nice crust underneath everything. And again, endless variation. So doing it in the Instant Pot makes it super, super easy. So let's start with preparing the pan. One of the things that you need to do this is a 7-inch springform pan. And as you can see, I've made it a little foil crown. And this is very important because even when you get these pans tightly put together, sometimes they leak. And all three of my pans did leak quite a bit. So I was really glad that I made a tight little crown of foil under the pan. David, nice to see you. David Shanahan is joining us this morning. Bruce is with us. Good morning. So glad that you guys are joining us. This is the perfect thing for you to make for a lady you love this weekend. Now, what I've done is I have a French baguette. You can use day-old, 3-day-old bread. That's even better than fresh. And you just want to tear the baguette into small pieces like this and make a nice little bed of bread in the bottom of your pan. And I do like to make sure that most of it is covered. And I'm going to hold this up so that you can see it. And there are also pictures on the blog for the recipe. So you want to get just a nice little bed of bread. And then for the savory ones, I've chosen a 5-cheese Italian cheese. What is the word I am looking for? 5 cheeses. And I'm going to be very generous as I spread it here on the bread. And this makes a nice layer underneath the vegetables so that the vegetables sort of stay where you can see them instead of falling down into the bread. And then this is just my habit, I always put the onions in next. So I've got some red onion here, and I'm just going to be generous, but not too much. Remember, not everybody loves a lot of onion. Hi, Dawn. How are you today? I'm glad to see you with us. Now, I got a tricolor pepper. You can do this a couple of ways. Because these are small, I did buy the already cut up peppers. But you could also take a pepper and cut it in rounds and then lay the rounds decoratively in your pan. All right. Now I'm going to show you that and get that nice here. I've done the vegetables in here with the spinach one that I did. I took mostly frozen spinach and I just put the clumps around it. And then I took already cooked bacon and put the bacon all around on top of the spinach and then poured the egg mixture over. So let's talk about that for a minute. With each of these savory dishes, they took 8 eggs and I put in just a little bit of coconut milk. You could use cow's milk, you could put a little bit of almond milk, whatever kind of milk you have on hand. I always have coconut milk in the can and I like how creamy that makes things. Or you could use some half and half or heavy whipping cream. Either way, just a little blended with some eggs is the perfect way to get your eggs ready. Now, if you do it with a blender, let the blender go with the top open for about 2 minutes. And what that will do is it will aerate your eggs and they will be nice and fluffy when they cook. And we don't have a blender here today, so you could do that part with a whisk and just really give it your all when you whisk the eggs together. And then you're going to pour them over the top of the casserole. And then don't be afraid of tin foil. And I'm going to show you what I did, and I was very glad that I had done it this way. I took a large sheet of the tin foil, and once I had my egg mixture in the pan, I took this and I covered it again around the bottom so that I had 2 very neat 2 nice little packages just like this, and then I put them in the refrigerator overnight. Then in the morning, what I did is I prepared my Instant Pot. I put a 1.5 cups of water in the bottom, then I put the trivet in, and then I made myself an extra long sling out of foil because I wanted to be able to pull the bottom out easily. So what I did is I used both of these and I stacked my two pans together and I put them in the Instant Pot. Yes, I did them together, which was a total time saver. So because we have two Instant Pots here, I did both breakfast casseroles in one Instant Pot, and I did the blueberry mascarpone pudding in the other Instant Pot, and everything was ready all at the same time. So that is a wonderful way to do it because they are coming out of the refrigerator cold. And because you're doing two of them at a time, you need to set your Instant Pot for 35 minutes. And I found that the top one was perfectly done and the bottom one needed a little bit more when I put it on 30 minutes. And so my advice to you is if you're going to do two of them together, put it on for 35 minutes and then they'll both be perfectly done. One of the lovely things about cooking with an Instant Pot is most things are extremely forgiving. And if you get one of the casseroles out and it's not quite done, you can put it back in the Instant Pot for 10 more minutes. And then here's the other beautiful thing about doing this kind of a dish in the Instant Pot. It will keep everything warm until you're ready to eat. So let's say that you've gone out on a walk or you're doing something special with mom, giving her a present or bringing her coffee in bed, or you got up and went to church. The Instant Pot will keep both casseroles perfect until you are ready to eat. So that's one of the best reasons to do something like this in the Instant Pot. All right, I'm going to set this one aside. And then I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the blueberry one. That one is, oh, hi, Jim. How are you? Judy, nice to see you. Jean Reeves is with us today. How are you? So glad to see you. Jim Sansonetti said that it looks good and he wants to try. I think that is excellent. You should try this. So the blueberry is more like a pudding than the strata. These are like a quiche, and I wanted this to be a little bit more like a bread pudding. So I changed the ratio of the milk to eggs, and I used a full can of full fat coconut milk and 4 eggs, and I did the exact same thing. I started at the bottom with the bread, then I put the blueberries on it. I mixed the milk and eggs, and here's where you can do whatever you want. You can put a little sweetener in it. You can put maple syrup in it. You can put sugar in it. You could use coconut sugar. I'm avoiding sugar right now, so I left the sugar out, and it is perfectly delicious without the sugar. And you could always serve it with some sort of a syrup over it, maybe reduce some blueberries and sugar on the stove into a nice little syrupy sauce, and that would be perfect. You can, I used vanilla to sweeten mine, and I grated a little bit of orange zest into it just to give it that little layer of brightness in the pudding. And as you can see, it turned out beautifully. It's very thick, and that's one of the things I like about this. I did fill the pan almost all the way up to the top, and it did run just a little bit down at the bottom, so I was super glad that I had really covered this one with foil. This one took 35 minutes, and I cut out a little piece so that you could see that now as it's cooled, it holds its shape beautifully. It looks pretty on the plate, and if you served it with a syrup or a sauce over it, maybe a little whipped cream, this is a deluxe breakfast dessert for mom on Mother's Day. So let's see who's with us. Jean's, oh, I almost lost it. Come back. There we go. Jean says that she loves using coconut sugar. I do too. And Connie, thank you. This is a wonderful suggestion. A lemon glaze would be perfect over something like that. This is why this is so versatile and fun. You can make these however you and your family or whoever's making them would like it. You can put raspberries instead of blueberries. You could mix the berries. You could do a banana bread pudding, put in some white chocolate chips, make that a little bit fancier. This one is non-meat. If somebody doesn't want to eat meat, this one has plenty of bacon in it. You can do what's great at your house, and they're so easy. These are great recipes for the Instant Pot. All right. Yes, warming leftovers. Jim has pointed out that using something like this for leftovers will be very, very delicious. I can promise you that the Quick and Carry Kitchen is going to eat all these today. We won't have any leftovers. But I do love the idea of a lemon glaze for that. That's a great suggestion, Connie. Okay, so let's review where we're at. We have the 2 strata that you make the night before. You can also make the bread pudding the night before. Cover them very well with tin foil. Use a tin foil sling for putting them down into the Instant Pot. This makes getting them out of the Instant Pot super easy. I love that little tip and trick. I want to congratulate again Lois Christian from Tennessee, who won a 6-quart Quick and Carry bag today. I want to say happy Mother's Day to my mom and to all the moms out there that might be watching us. Enjoy this beautiful weekend. I hope the sun shines upon you and that you have daffodils out in your yard. I also want to say that we love it when you comment or ask questions down below the video, whether you're watching live or watching later. We try to answer any of your questions. We try to respond to ideas that you have. I have a couple shows coming up that are directly because somebody in the audience has asked us to tackle a recipe for them. We love that here in the Quick and Carry Kitchen. So tell us what you'd like to see us make. Give us feedback on any of the recipes that you've tried. We love to hear from you, our Quick and Carry Kitchen friends. So again, thanks for watching today. Those of you who are watching live, those of you who are joining us later, happy Mother's Day to all of you too. You can check on our blog at quickandcarry.com. That's where all of the instructions and recipes are. We also have the downloadable PDF of the blueberry pudding for you today. Just ask and we'd be happy to send that to you. And like my idol, Julia Child, used to say, bon appetit. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. Bye-bye.